Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're going to take another look here at Chainlink and kind of see what's going on. This is an interesting place right now. It does look like it wants to break out, but it also kind of getting rejected. The more often we retest this level though, the more likely it is to break. Okay, so we'll talk about that and a few other key factors here. And just a quick congrats again to our community members for some massive profits. Luna 2, we got 180%. Solana, we have an old swing trade there at 50%. Terra Classic 55%, Ethereum Classic 78%, and Veracity 61%. This all happened within the last 24 hours. So again, congrats to our community members. What we want to look at though is an interesting thing here. So again, let's talk about the daily and work our way down. In fact, let's get our High Block Capital pulled up here as well, because I'm really curious about the back-end data here too. Oh, really quick, because I get this question a lot. We are partnering with a new exchange that's phenomenal. Okay, these guys are amazing. Be sure to check them out. Bitunix, they are my favorite exchange by far. They give you a significant amount of deposit rewards when you deposit money into the exchange, of course, and utilize that. And just something really important to check out. So be sure to reference that. That is actually a fantastic offer. They have no KYC or VPN required. And again, I'm just trying to bring more options to our US and Canadian members because unfortunately there isn't a lot of availability for us right now. Okay, so we want to look at a couple of factors here. So what we're looking at here is liquidation levels. We can see the most amount of liquidations at $11, and this is over the last 7 days. So the price has jumped up quite a lot from 11 to 15 when you think about it, because a lot of folks are just underneath that most recent low. Okay, so the most recent low was about like 11.30, so that's why we see a lot of leverage just below that. The reason why this is relevant is due to the fact that the price pulls back to that level, or even just the range of 12 to 13, we're going to start seeing a lot of liquidations, and the price could start moving faster to the downside. So just be mindful that that is a lot of accumulation there. There isn't a lot of shorts right now too, which is great. So it does show that there's not a lot of resistance. So the price action could very well increase because not a lot of folks are trying to short this coin yet. I don't recommend shorting, honestly, because it's still very, very strong. It's just one of those things where you want to be careful of shorting right now because it's not necessarily a market to try to bet against, if you will. Okay. Now keep in mind, Bitcoin drops to 34,000. We'll definitely see some of these lower levels tested. Let's talk about these lower levels here, just so you kind of understand specifically what's going on. So first of all, we want to discuss a couple of key things here. First and foremost is the RSI, and I just kind of like to reference because I get the question, hey, we're over 70. We have been for some time. Yeah, but we're also been massively increasing our amount of volume in this exchange. Look at how much money flow is indexed. The money flow index is extremely high. Okay? When that happens, the price action stays where it's at. Okay, so we got a lot of money coming into the coin. Big surprise, with all this money flowing in, we are doing very, very well and continuing to maintain the price point. Keep in mind, it's going to eventually dissipate though. Okay, if volume starts to come down with this moving average, then we're going to start seeing the price slowly come down too. If we start seeing the price going up and the volume keeps coming down, that's a cause for concern. That's usually when you're going to see a reversal. Okay, so again, if this price continues to maintain itself and the volume starts to taper off, that would be a case in point where you maybe want to consider a short with other contributing factors. Okay, so awesome stuff there in that sense. I think we're going to be able to sustain ourselves here. We got a previous resistance potential support at 1480. So if we can continue to close at 15 or higher, we're going to be in much better shape there. And generally speaking, we're above all moving averages. So if we can kind of see this guy here, we can scroll him on up there. We can see we were honoring this ascending trend as well, concurrent with the 20-day SMA. Okay, so those are all positive contributing factors. There's nothing really disadvantageous on the daily, minus the overextension, but we see that consistent on almost all time frames. This is actually nice. I like that the RSI is tapering off and coming down, and the money flow index is remaining high on the 4-hour. Okay. That tells us that we should have a potential break in this level here. We see 1505. It's been tested 1, 2, 3, 4 times, including a few other times previous where it cannot close above that level. So a solid closure today about 15, just say 1510 is a round number, I think would be a consideration for potentially a long position. Okay, again, I'm speaking to the breakout traders there. That is a potential reality. Are we there yet? No, we need to make sure we wait for confirmation, but the truth is we're on the horizon. It could be a very positive thing. Okay, so looking good here on the 4-hour time frame. We're still, again, ascending positively here on the shorter term. We can kind of see that we have 2 ascending trends, a short-term trend and a long-term trend. Until we break below either one of those, honestly, I think we're still in really good shape. Last thing we want to take a look at here is the cloud. This is where things are probably going to kind of tell us to shift gears, because the lagging span is likely intersecting with the price action, which it is. And of course, we're trading above the cloud. That's a good sign, but we don't have a lot of momentum. We do have a little bit here where the conversion line's above the baseline. That's not enough to consider taking a position. So to me, not being a breakout trader, I don't really love taking a trade right now at this level until we have confirmation we've stayed above the cloud for some time and that lagging span is free and clear. So truth is, I'm going to look for a closer about 1510 or higher today to consider a long position, or possibly wait for the price to potentially pull back. And these are going to be the levels that the price does pull back, just so you know. There are 3 levels. This doesn't highlight the third, but it's important to note that it's very common for the price action to bounce off 0.382 first. Okay, so again, I think 0.382 is more likely, and then the price will continue to come lower. And if so, we'll revisit that. But again, we have to break this ascending trend first before any of these things are going to happen. Okay, so we just got to give it some time, right? So the truth is, we're still a little premature, and we don't want to jump the gun, so to speak. Okay, so we're going to pay attention to this. I'll put this up on our playout charts here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. They, of course, look a little something like this. I've been covering Terra Classic and Lunk 2 as well, so be sure to check that out. But more important, if you want to kind of look at our last month's results, we already have, I think, we've almost already matched this month alone in the profit percentage for this month. Even though we've hit 1 stop loss on Ethereum, we've hit like maybe 15 targets already. It's been a phenomenal month. So keep up the good work, everyone. Congrats again to our members. Thanks once again for the support and wonderful feedback. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Please like, subscribe, and follow. We look forward to working with you. Have a great rest of your weekend, too, if I don't see you later. Take care. Thank you.